Right now at 11, escaping death on the New York subway. How a man saved his own life after falling in front of an oncoming train.
Fire and rain. Wild storms move fast and furious through our area, bringing some serious damage.
Well, that rain is just about gone now from the area. I'll tell you, it will stay dry for a while.
Then the Sex and the City New York premiere. The stars brought their hot fashions to the Big Apple, but thousands with tickets were left out in the cold.
CBS 2 News at 11 starts right now.
You're watching CBS 2 News in high definition.
Good evening. I'm Don Daler. Chris is off tonight.
And I'm Christine Johnson. He was inches from death, but somehow he saved his own life.
A man falls onto the subway tracks with a train coming right at him. CBS 2's Lou Young is live in front of Bellevue Hospital on the east side with this amazing survival story. Lou.
Yeah, as soon as the call came in, the trauma team here at Bellevue was on standby, expecting the worst. The man, after all, had been run over by a subway train. When paramedics brought him in, though, it looked more like he'd fallen down a flight of stairs. The man on the stretcher stared death in the face and survived. He was hustled to an ambulance this afternoon, bruised and scraped after falling from the platform at Delancey Street Station directly into the path of an oncoming F train. Alan Stern of Long Island City was on board.
We're pulling into Delancey Street. I look out towards the platform, and it seems like people are starting to yell and scream. About 30 seconds later, if that much, the train came to a screeching stop.
Stuck on the train for several minutes, he took this video of firefighters and police officers trying to find the victim when they finally let him off the train. The Transit Authority confirms tonight the 3 lead cars passed over the man before the train managed to stop. When they finally pulled him out alive, Stern says he was amazed.
It's unbelievable. I mean, 1 in a million, right? I mean, how many times do you hear of somebody getting, run over or falling down on the tracks and surviving when a train comes in?
It's a subway survival story reminiscent of Wesley Autry's heroics last year when he helped another man survive a similar encounter with an approaching train. Autry's feat, though, was a calculated risk that worked out. Today's survival story appears to be sheer luck. The lucky man's identity, though, has not yet been released by the hospital. We can tell you he's 55 years old. He's in fair condition tonight, and as of yet, he hasn't spoken publicly about his experience underground. We're live tonight at Bellevue. Lou Young, CBS 2 News.
All right, Lou, and now to the wild weather in our area. A band of storms complete with heavy rain and thunderstorms have left behind a flood of problems on Long Island. CBS 2's Dave Carlin has more now from Huntington.
What an ordeal for 91-year-old retired college professor Hyman Enzer, who never thought a trip to the supermarket would include this boat ride. Huntington Fire Department rescuers pulled him from his flooded Nissan on New York Avenue at Creek Road in Hale Site.
The water is at its highest mark I had ever seen, almost up to my pumps, which is kind of dangerous.
Not just watery danger, but a fiery one, too. This electrical blaze was quickly put out, but the flood water stayed and stayed. It was deepest right in front of the Big M gas station.
They think they can make it through, and every time there's a couple cars get stuck, the fire department has to come rescue somebody.
There was this second rescue. This driver able to get out of his flooded SUV, but like Enzer, caught a lift in the rescue boat. Firefighters from Hale Site and Huntington know this flood-prone area all too well. This is not the first time they've floated to someone's aid on New York Avenue.
Common problem has been happening for many, many years, and it floods out, certainly when the tide's up, if the water can't go anywhere.
The water that came up so fast has retreated, but firefighters and residents know it will keep coming back until a massive, expensive project fixes the drainage. In Huntington, Dave Carlin, CBS 2 News.
Police on Long Island say a fake cop carrying handcuffs, a badge, and even a gun kidnapped a woman. 31-year-old Christopher Macrod of Levittown is accused of pulling over a taxi and ordering its horrified 39-year-old passenger into his car.
Identifies himself as a police officer, says there's a suspect in a cab that he needs to arrest. A female from the back of the cab places her in handcuffs and removes it to his own personal vehicle.
Police say Macrod then drove the woman around for 3 hours before dropping her off handcuffed at the taxi company. The dispatcher called 911 and helped cops catch Macrod, who's charged with kidnapping, criminal impersonation, and DWI.
Well, it was breaking news that we brought you last night that we first told you about, and tonight police continue their search for the gunman who went on a shooting rampage in Harlem. 6 teens were shot in a fight that started in Marcus Garvey Park. Police say the wounded teens ran out of the park and then collapsed along Lenox Avenue Avenue between 125th and 126th Streets. 2 other men were shot in separate incidents just a few blocks away. Now today, a group of mothers against gun violence rallied to express their outrage. They want something done to get guns out of the hands of teens.
I'm devastated that people are just so angry that somebody could bump up against them and you want to shoot someone.
It's an abomination. It is lynching with a gun.
We've got to stop it, and we've got to stop it now.
Police believe there were as many as 3 gunmen involved in last night's shootings. Don?
It's an attempt to embarrass accused drunk drivers. Officials in Nassau County now posting the names and mugshots of people arrested for DWI. Among the 109 charged this weekend alone, Juan Cardozo of Baldwin, who police say was driving on the wrong way of Sunrise Highway. Karen Armada of East Meadow, accused of driving drunk with her children in the car. Also arrested, Dr. Shirley Anderson, whose practice is in Oyster Bay and lives in this sprawling Laurel Hollow home. County Executive Thomas Swazi says his message is clear.
If you decide to drink and drive, we're going to do everything we can to arrest you. And we're going to make your name public, and we're going to let people know who you are.
All 109 mugshots are posted on the county executive's website and ours at WCBS-TV.com.
Too terrified to go to school. Some Brooklyn high school students are afraid to go to class because of an unusual bullying problem. Only 27% of the students at Foundations Academy showed up for school on Friday. They say that they're afraid of the middle school students with whom they share a building. The younger children are accused of recruiting nearby family members to intimidate the older students.
Because the high school kids will get in more trouble than in middle school.
We can't be in class and, and in the environment, we have to think about what's going to happen to us outside.
Extra safety officers have now been assigned to handle the bullying problem. The Department of Education says attendance is improving.
A raucous meeting at City Hall with Schools Chancellor Joel Klein on the hot seat.
Sergeant at Arms, please clear the chamber.
No. Hundreds of angry parents are bitter about budget cuts, and they showed it. They were tossed from the hearing. Klein wants to cut funding for some top-performing schools. He was grilled by council members and accused of favoring some schools.
I think those charges are baseless. Our job is to protect all of the children. My job as chancellor is to make sure all children are treated equally.
Bloomberg promised no child left behind, and now he's not giving us what we deserve.
Last week, the chancellor announced dozens of schools would face budget cuts by at least 5%.
Nearly 24 dogs rescued from what's called a house of horrors in Westchester County, and now their owner is facing charges. 19 dogs found living in inhumane conditions were treated with a warm bath at the New Rochelle Humane Society. SPCA officials removed them from what they described as a filthy apartment in Dobbs Ferry. Authorities were actually alerted after 2 dogs covered in feces and smelling of urine were dropped off for grooming at a pet store.
Coming up, a student shocker. A child voted out of kindergarten, and you won't believe who was behind it.
Kristen Davis, Sarah Jessica Parker, and Cynthia Nixon, they're all here. We already spoke with Kim Cattrall. We'll tell you all the stars' fashion choices coming up.
Sounds cool. I've got to tell you, though, it is Ocean County, New Jersey's turn to catch some heavy rain. It will be ending soon. I'll have the details, plus this.
Just ahead, desperate times call for desperate measures, and homeowners are going to extreme lengths to unload their houses. CBS 2 HD's Kirsten Cole shows you the latest tactics being used in hopes to lure a buyer. That story just minutes away.
Hurry in now for Toyota's banner sales event with great deals on a huge selection of Toyotas. Get additional Memorial Week savings on a vehicle for the whole family, like the 2008 Toyota Sienna. Right now, get one with $1,500 cash back, 0% APR, or a $249 a month lease. Or lease a family-friendly 2008 Highlander for just $269 a month. The banner sales event ends soon, so hurry into your Toyota dealer today.
The class-exclusive picture-in-mirror technology available in the 2008 Lincoln Navigator allows you to look to a familiar place and see more of the big picture, setting the new 2008 Lincoln Navigator apart once again.
It has been a long time coming, but sex finally returns to the city.
Tonight, the premiere of the much-anticipated Sex and the City movie came home to New York, and CBS 2's Megan Galeros, lucky enough to have a spot on that pink carpet tonight. She's live in Midtown with all the fashionable highlights.
Well, that's right. The premiere was over at Radio City Music Hall, and now we're standing in front of the Museum of Modern Art, where the celebs have now entered the after party, all looking just lovely and very happy after the premiere of the movie. I got a chance to ask Sarah Jessica Parker, could this have happened in any other city? It's so about New York. And she said, you know what? Could have, but it wouldn't have been the same story. To make Sex and the City, you needed this city, the city of New York.
Hello, New York.
Oh, hello, New York.
Hi, New York.
The New York premiere of Sex and the City brought out fans and celebrities alike, all excited that the beloved series is back to grace the big screen. Central to the series and tonight, the fashion.
I'm wearing Olivier Theskins for Nina Ricci.
You look gorgeous.
Thank you.
How does it
I had
feel
a lot of help.
You don't need a lot of help.
No, I had it. Donna Karen, a New Yorker.
You look good.
Thank you so much, Louboutin, and my bag as well.
That is fabulous. Cynthia Nixon shined in an all-white Narciso Rodriguez gown, while Kim Cattrall vamped it up in a... All of a sudden... What? All right, guys, so we had a wonderful time, and I've got to tell you that each and every one of the girls dressed appropriate to their characters tonight. They all looked absolutely lovely. They're in the after party now, again, at the MoMA, enjoying themselves, we hope. And don't forget, the movie itself opens coming this Friday.
All right, Megan, thanks so much. Great job out there. And of course, obviously, there was a problem there with Megan's report, so
right.
we will have that for you on our website, WCBS-TV.com. I know there's a lot of Sex and the City fans out there, and they're probably waiting for that report. So to see the full report, just go to our website. But you know what? Tonight's premiere was not all fashion and fun for some people.
Right after the break, why thousands of hardcore fans with tickets to the premiere, well, they were left out in the rain.
Then, speaking of the rain, is it gone for good? Lonnie has your complete weather forecast.
Plus, it's a new way to get people back into the housing market. Tonight, we'll take a look at real estate parties. Are they a great way to find deals or just a marketing ploy?
Tonight, Dave's very touching interview with Gwyneth Paltrow. Plus, comedian Richard Lewis and What's Wrong with the Camera tonight.
Summer has always belonged to children. But now that the Summer of Audi event is here, kids will just have to learn to share. Take back summer with no payments at signing during the Summer of Audi event.
Do you know if there's a Capital One Bank branch around here?
Yeah, there's got to be. Now check out this new mapping site. Hey, that one's really close.
Capital One Bank, now with hundreds and hundreds of branches and ATMs.
What's in your wallet?
Hi, everybody. Well, today's wild weather, it is done. It is over. Does that mean we have sunshine on the menu for tomorrow? We're going to talk about that with the rest of the menu and the forecast coming up right after this.
When looking at luxury cars, ask yourself this. Does the car you're looking at offer 4 years of maintenance at no cost? Only one does. BMW. You pay nothing to maintain your BMW for 4 years or 50,000 miles. Nothing. That's zero. Isn't now the time to get into a BMW? Lease a 2008 BMW 328i for $399 a month until June 30th.
You say goodbye, and I say hello. Hello, hello. I don't know why you say goodbye, I say hello. Hello, hello. I don't know why you say goodbye, I say hello. Hello, hello. I don't know why you say goodbye, I say hello. Hello.
Spin it again.
Nah. Your turn.
Spin again. Jackpot.
Let's do it.
Let your 247 horses run wild. The Ridgeline.
Get APR financing as low as 0.9% on all new Ridgelines for well-qualified buyers.
Now to the housing crisis. With prices already down about 15% in metro areas, experts are predicting even deeper discounts.
And CBS 2's consumer reporter Kirsten Cole shows us the extremes sellers are going to in order to lure you in the door.
The wine, only the best vintage. The hors d'oeuvres, simply scrumptious. And the guests at this crowded cocktail party, complete strangers.
We thought, what else can we do to get attention on this property?
This is not a birthday or anniversary party. It is the latest way to host an open house. Kathy Adams is the realtor.
I've had occasions where they give you coffee and donuts, but no, this is very, very nice.
Move over home-baked cookies. Realtors have always tried various tactics to make homes more appealing during open houses, from staging the home with new furniture and flowers to lighting candles and spritzing the house with perfume. But now, as home sales continue to be sluggish, realtors are thinking outside the box, serving designer drinks, booking DJs, even hosting theme parties.
Amazing.
Potential buyer Ed Sweshinger is sold, on the open house at least.
You could go to 4 or 5 open houses in a day, and after the second one, there's no question, you can't remember everything. Whereas this, it's a memorable occasion.
Which is exactly the response Adams had hoped for.
Thank you so much for coming.
So this party atmosphere serves a dual purpose, creating a long-term loyal customer for the broker and making the house far more memorable than its competitors that are up for sale, since details of the home will sink in the longer a potential buyer spends inside. I'm Kirsten Cole, CBS 2 News.
So in other words, make them so comfortable they don't want to leave.
And
right?
the alcohol doesn't hurt either, I guess.
It's not, right?
I was absolutely certain it was going to rain today because I gave the garden a good soaking last night. So I was sure that it was going to be a wasted effort, yeah.
Okay, Lonnie Quinn standing by with our exclusive forecast from CBS 2 and the Weather Channel. Always works out that way, don't you? You wash the car, you water the garden.
I was pretty certain it was going to rain today as well, so I didn't wash the car, nor did I water the garden. But you get some sunshine tomorrow, things will dry out. You got a real soaking over there at the Daler Garden. But let me take you outside right now. This is the skyline of New York City, and it is looking beautiful out there. The tough weather is now done for the day for the city, south of the city, and well east of the city. I still see a little bit of rainfall out there. Some of it still on the heavy side. Your rainfall totals, though, for this day, check them out. Islip, about 0.8 of an inch of rain. White Plains, about 0.6 of an inch. Central Park, just over 0.2 of an inch of rain. And LaGuardia, 0.2 even. This is the other part of your story, though. Yeah, we had those big storms that came through. Why? Because of all the heat and the humidity. Here we are, just after Memorial Day, we're hitting 83 degrees. We should have a normal of 74, and sure enough, that heat triggered those storms in the afternoon. Currently, we're 67 degrees in the city, 65 Syosset, 64 in Greenwich, 62 White Plains, 62 Morristown, the chilliest spot, Dover, New Jersey, at 56 degrees. And here is the current Titan radar picture, a much nicer picture now than it was around 5 and 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Suffolk County still with a little bit of a light rain right now, but the heavier rain is south of the city. It's going to stay south. Nothing's going to do a U-turn. Nothing's coming back. But if we take a look down around Ocean County, sandwiched in from about Lakewood through Beechwood all the way down to Atlantic City, we still see some heavy downpours. I'm not seeing a lot of lightning in this particular system, but it will all push off into the Atlantic Ocean. The big picture will show you the front itself has now pushed through the tri-state. It's just finishing up there with Ocean County, but it trails off to the west, and it's not going to be swinging through our area. So I'm not going to call for rain tonight or for tomorrow or even the next day. And if you saw some showers around Chicago wondering, hey, maybe they're going to make their way to our area, they really never materialized, and we are clear tomorrow. We're clear into Thursday as well. By the time you get into tomorrow afternoon, though, you're going to notice a much cooler air mass as the result of a high-pressure system pulling in some northerly breezes tomorrow. But by Thursday, high shifts to the south. We then catch a southerly breeze, and that warms us up nicely come Thursday. Here's how the temperatures read. No problems rain-wise as you get into your morning hours, about 53 degrees. Skies are looking pretty good, a couple of fair weather clouds. You hit a high temperature tomorrow of about 69, but at 3:30 you're at 66, and then you push through Wednesday night into Thursday morning, and again, we really don't see any problems with unsettled weather. Thursday, 5 o'clock, you're looking at 75 degrees. So if we recap all of our numbers here, overnight, here's how it looks. 51 degrees, your overnight low. The showers will be ending, but they're still hanging out there to the south and to the east of New York. Gradual clearing takes place for everyone overnight, and then for tomorrow, up to 69 degrees, mostly sunny. Cooler, though. Look at today was 83. Tomorrow, not getting out of the 60s. 69 is what they're calling for. The 5-day forecast from CBS 2 and the Weather Channel. Things will warm up nicely, though. After our one-day cool down, we're looking at a 75-degree reading with nice sunshine on Thursday, 77 come Friday, a few fair weather clouds. Saturday and Sunday with temperatures in the mid-70s. We do see a chance for another rain event around here as more unsettled weather will move in. But as of right now, it's not a definite. I'm just keeping my eye on the weekend because it does look like a pretty good chance for rain.
And I like all those sevens up there. 70 is a good number.
Yeah, why don't you water the garden on Sunday?
Yeah, sure will. Thanks a lot, Lonnie. And as we said earlier, tonight was the premiere of the much-anticipated Sex and the City movie.
Yeah, unfortunately, we had that little technical problem with the piece earlier, and we want to bring that to you now, though. Here's CBS 2's Megan Galeros.
Hello, New York. Oh, hello, New York. Hi, New York.
The New York premiere of Sex and the City brought out fans and celebrities alike, all excited that the beloved series is back to grace the big screen. Central to the series and tonight, the fashion.
I'm wearing Olivia Theskins for Nina Ricci.
You look gorgeous.
Thank you.
How does it
I had
feel
a lot of help.
You don't need a lot of help.
No, I had it. Donna Karen, a New Yorker.
You look good.
Thank you so much, Louboutin, and my bag as well.
That is fabulous. Cynthia Nixon shined in an all-white Narciso Rodriguez gown, while Kim Cattrall vamped it up in a gorgeous sage-colored Vivienne Westwood dress. But, of course, we can't forget about the guys.
I'm wearing Calvin Klein. Mr. Calvin Klein dressed me.
I'm wearing Dolce. It's, I think, about to melt off of me. It's hot out here.
Tell me, is this premiere bigger than big?
Huge.
Yeah?
Bigger than big.
We had the glitz, the glamour, the stars, the fashions. We talked about all of it, of course. But the one thing that the four girls, the main characters in Sex and the City, want is for the fans to love the movie.
I hope that, you know, we haven't outstayed our welcome. I hope that they embrace these women the way they did on the TV series.
We've been waiting. We cannot believe tonight is finally here. It feels amazing.
All right, and tonight's Sex and the City premiere was far from glamorous for thousands of fans who lined up for the big event. Nearly 2,000 ticket holders soon discovered they were dressed up with no place to go. They were shut out. The Daily News reports organizers apparently overbooked Radio City Music Hall. It seats 6,000, but nearly 8,000 tickets were given away. The fine print did say seating was first come, first serve.
The fine print.
Doesn't make it any easier, does it?
No, it certainly doesn't. Still to come tonight, voted out of class why a teacher turned her lesson into a cruel game of Survivor.
Then in sports, home runs, and more home runs in Baltimore. Tonight, Deuces has all your Yankee highlights. Coming up in just a few.
Targets lowered away.
Start your day with CBS 2 HD. Maurice Dubois, Kate Sullivan, John Elliott, Katie McGee, and John DeCepolo. Weekday mornings, 5 to 7 a.m.
Dodge is protecting you from high gas prices.
Announcing the Dodge $299 gas guarantee.
Right now, when you buy or lease most Dodge vehicles, you'll pay just $2.99 a gallon for gas or diesel in each of the next 3 years for up to the first 12,000 miles per year. It's our $2.99 gas guarantee.
Dodge is coming through for you with relief at the pump just when you need it most. Hurry to your Dodge dealer today for the $2.99 gas guarantee. Let's refuel America.
I'm Rob Andrews, and I approve this message.
1982, one of the low points in New Jersey political history. Frank Lautenberg bases his campaign against Millicent Fenwick on her age. She's 72. Using not-so-veiled language, Lautenberg actually says it's okay for a man to make fun of a woman's age. Now, Lautenberg will be 91 at the end of his term. 91. Newspapers have said it's time for a change. It's hard when your own words come back to haunt you, isn't it, Mr. Lautenberg?
Still ahead, the child voted out of his kindergarten class. Then after the news on The Late Show, Dave has Gwyneth Paltrow.
What makes you think you stole this bedding?
Just look at these prices. A twin-size Bobo-Pedic light for just $333. That's $566 less than the Tempur-Pedic. The full-size Bobo-Pedic light is $800 less. The queen-size Bobo-Pedic light is $900 less. And the king-size Bobo-Pedic light is just $899. That's $1,000 less than Tempur-Pedic. It must be stealing. Don't you agree? Sir? Sir?
Bluetooth hands-free link, MP3 connectivity, ELS surround sound. All the luxuries of the modern world to go. The Acura TL. Acura. Advance.
Take advantage of attractive lease rates on the 2008 Acura TL for well-qualified customers.
Outrage for a Florida family after their 5-year-old son was voted out of his kindergarten class. Alex Barton's mother says it's because her son has behavioral difficulties. He's in the process of being diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome, a form of autism. The teacher allegedly told Alex's mom the vote was her way of correcting his behavior.
This is a child's life in kindergarten, and how can anybody possibly decide on if my child's worthy on staying in kindergarten based upon a disability? I mean, even if he was not disabled, my son has every right to have an education.
Alex's family is considering legal action. The teacher has been reassigned.
Coming up in sports, it was just like the home run derby in Baltimore tonight.
And the Mets turn to get their ace back into the win column. Find out how Santana and the Mets did after the break.
Closed captioning for CBS 2 News in high definition is brought to you by Toyota. Tomorrow.
It's not like I was yelling and screaming.
17 hours of child labor, no anesthesia, pain-free. How'd she do it? Christine Johnson on if this breakthrough technique really works. Tomorrow on CBS 2 News at 6.
Circuit City's the place to stretch your tax rebate check. Right now, all TVs $4.99 and up are on sale. Plus, get no interest till 2011 on TVs, home theaters, and fire dog installations $9.99 and up with your Circuit City credit card. Simplicity guaranteed.
Sorry.
A Mazda 3 with 17-inch alloy wheels and more room and standard horsepower than a Honda Civic is hard to resist. Very hard.
Yes? Now lease an 08 Mazda 3i Touring Value Edition for $189 a month for 27 months with $19.99 due at lease signing. Hurry to your Mazda dealer today.
Your bed should make stress go away. Imagine a place where stress is relieved and the pressures of the day melt into oblivion. Welcome to Tempur-Pedic at Raymore & Flanagan. Its unique material actually absorbs pressure and gently cradles you, responding to every curve in your body for a refreshing night's sleep. It will feel like a brand new bed every night for years of comfort. Welcome to Tempur-Pedic at Raymore & Flanagan.
I've never driven a Ford in my life.
We knew that people who don't drive a Ford would be surprised by Ford. So we went from town to town and friend to friend, inviting real people to drive one.
Is that correct? Yes. The sync feature is one of my favorite features in the car. That's a really fun car to drive. There's ambient lighting for your mood, so if you push... No way! Yeah. Ford's definitely turned me into a believer. I actually think my next car is going to be a Ford Focus.
Get into the Ford Focus SE for just $169 a month. Visit your Tri-State Ford dealer and drive one.
Circuit City's the place to stretch your tax rebate check. Save up to $200 instantly on select laptops, like this Toshiba Satellite with Intel dual-core processor. Now just $599.99. Circuit City, simplicity guaranteed.
And time for sports?
Yes, it is, isn't it? Jinx. Anyway, Deuce is here now with sports, and boy, the Mets really need a win tonight.
All smiles in Queens tonight. What's the best way to get Willie Randolph off the hook? Win some games, and the pitcher who gives the Mets the best chance to do that is Johan Santana. Santana pitching tonight against the Marlins, and the Mets spot him 3 runs in the first. Ramon Castro caps the inning with a 2-out.
One flag! 6 flags!
more flags, more fun!
Have more fun close to home on the all-new Dark Knight Coaster. Because now the BOGO is better than ever. That's right, buy one ticket, get one free, and pay only $24.99 each with coupons at McDonald's.
More flags, more fun, Six Flags!
Presenting the Lincoln MKX. With exclusive sync technology powered by Microsoft, an extra-large Vista roof, and adaptive headlamps. It'll turn you on to a whole new way of driving. Lincoln, reach higher.
Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Don Daler.
And I'm Christine Johnson. The Late Show is next, and Dave has Gwyneth Paltrow, Richard Lewis, and also The Roots.
For Lonnie Ducis and the entire CBS 2 News team, have a good night.
See you tomorrow.